For weeks, the world has been guessing. We've seen the terrible news of the canceled tour. We've heard the rumors of the $200 million bribe. We've seen the wedding surprise leaks that turned out to be nothing more than digital smoke and mirrors. But tonight, the guessing game ends. In a raw, unedited video posted just moments ago, Billie Eilish sat in front of a camera in her childhood home and finally spoke the words the internet has been waiting for. She has finally revealed why she ended her relationship with Nat Wolff. And the reason isn't what any of us expected. It wasn't about the money. It wasn't about the fame. It was about a promise that neither of them could keep. According to Billie's own words, the ghost tour wasn't a secret from the fans. It was a secret from herself. She revealed that during the peak of her relationship with Nat, she began to realize that she was losing the edge that made her music real. She felt too safe. She felt too happy. Billie explained that Nat was perfect, and that was exactly the problem. She felt that by being with him, she was being forced to choose between a stable, loving life and the raw, chaotic energy that drives her art. She ended it because she realized she wasn't ready to be fixed. She revealed that she felt like she was smothering under his support. To Billie, choosing her music meant she had to choose to be alone. The actual moment of the breakup happened in a hotel room in London, not Burbank. Billie described the scene with heartbreaking clarity. She told Nat that every time he looked at her with love, she felt like she was failing her fans who needed her to stay in the dark. I told him that I loved him enough to let him go to someone who wouldn't use his heart as a lyric, Billie whispered in the video. The terrible news of the tour cancellation wasn't because of a technical failure. It was because the moment she said those words to Nat, she realized the ghost tour had no purpose anymore. She had become the ghost. She couldn't perform songs about heartbreak while she was actively causing it in the room next door. Now we finally have the context for that infamous Valentine's Day tweet. Happy Valentine's Day, I've broken so many hearts, and I won't stop, have a good one. Billie revealed that she wrote that post while Nat was in the other room. She knew she was going to end it that night. She wasn't being arrogant. She was being honest. She was telling the world that her career would always come first, that she won't stop sacrificing her personal happiness for the sake of her creative vision. She broke Nat's heart because she felt she had to break her own to stay Billie Eilish. It was a confession disguised as a boast. As of tonight, the air has finally been cleared. Nat Wolff has reportedly accepted the explanation and has moved on to his own projects, choosing to remain silent out of respect for what they once had. And Billie? She's still in Highland Park. Finally at peace with the silence she fought so hard to create. She revealed the truth to set him free. And maybe to set herself free, too. Do you respect Billie's choice to prioritize her art over her relationship? Or was she wrong to let go of something so real? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're reading every single one. There are some secrets that even the brightest spotlights can't reach. For months, we've been watching the smoke. The canceled tours, the terrible news headlines, the rumors of $200 million peace offerings that fell flat. We thought we knew the story. We thought we knew why it ended. But a minute ago, the smoke finally cleared. Billie Eilish has just released a private audio journal, a recording that was never meant for the public, where she finally reveals why she ended things with Nat Wolff. It wasn't a fight. It wasn't a betrayal. It was a realization that changed the way she sees herself. Tonight, we're listening to the truth behind the curtain. According to the leaked audio, the relationship didn't end because it was bad. It ended because it was too good. Billie describes a period in early March where Nat had created a bubble around her. He was the perfect partner, the perfect support system, the perfect shield against the chaos of her fame. But Billie reveals that the safer she felt with Nat, the further she felt from her music. She describes a terrifying comfort that began to numb her creative instincts. She confesses that she started to look at Nat not as a lover, but as a cure for the very darkness that allows her to connect with her fans. She ended the relationship because she realized she wasn't ready to be saved. She chose the ghost because the ghost is who she is when the lights go out. This sheds a new, haunting light on that $200 million surprise. We previously thought it was a bribe to keep Nat around, but Billie reveals it was actually her way of trying to replace herself. She wanted to give Nat an empire so that he would be busy enough to not notice she was pulling away. She wanted to fund his future so she wouldn't feel guilty about leaving him behind in her past. When Nat broke down and rejected the money, Billie says she realized the truth. He didn't want the empire, he wanted the girl. And that girl, the one who wasn't a global icon, simply didn't exist anymore. The terrible news was the moment she looked in the mirror and realized she had become her own shadow. The audio journal ends with a chilling reference to her Valentine's Day message. "Happy Valentine's Day, I've broken so many hearts, and I won't stop, have a good one." Billie explains that she didn't write that to be edgy. She wrote it as a final warning to Nat. She wanted him to see the bad guy before she had to show him in person. She can't stop because her loyalty to her art is a biological necessity. She broke Nat's heart to keep her own heart beating for the millions of people who need her to be broken with them. It was a sacrifice of a real human connection for a digital one. As of tonight, the questions have been answered. Pause. Narrator: Nat Wolff is reportedly finding his own path, free from the gravity of the Eilish machine. And Billie? She's back in the studio, finally alone, finally unsafe, and finally writing the music that the silence demanded. She revealed the truth not for the clicks, but for the closure. Was Billie right to choose her art over her heart? Or is the price of fame finally becoming too high for anyone to pay? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We're looking for the truth together.